Woke up this morning, not knowing what the day will bring. Will I live my fantasies or fall back asleep? Oh Lord, it's so frustrating, 'cause I know I got it in me. Will my faith lead me to glory, or will my fear bring me to my knees?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the best day ever. I'm so glad you made it. You woke up this morning, you came out, you decided to participate in the best day ever. And each of us has a choice in participation. We can have various degrees of levels of participation, but you actually took action today. You were not inactive, you were active by taking a step for your own connection with the divine, by coming here to be available and open. Now there's people who are still in bed right now. And there's people who got up really early, maybe they took a jog, maybe you're one of those, maybe not. But each of us has a choice. We have a choice in how we are going to participate in this thing called life. And I really love participating in this thing called life personally. I had a very impactful day yesterday because I was compelled to do something that I had not done in such a significant way. You know, in the 60s and 70s, Mother Teresa was known for a powerful work that she did in the world, for how she stood up for those who were disenfranchised. And there was a lot of people who were upset that she did not go to an anti-war protest. And she said, if you have a peace march, I will participate, but I will not participate in an anti-war protest. Yesterday, there was a march, a women's march. And the women's march was about social justice, inclusivity, civil liberties, and standing for love. It's the first time in my life where I really knew I was compelled to participate. But not only did I participate, I called forth some of our sisters here in this community to hold our banner, the Center for Spiritual Living Peninsula banner, on behalf of this spiritual center. Because it's what we stand for, not what we stand against. It's what we stand for that makes an impact in this world. And on our postcard that we have, a little postcard that we can hand out to people, it says our values. We have values. I didn't know if you knew this. It's been a while since we talked about this. But it's actually around the edges of our postcard. This is what they are: love, freedom, education, creativity, prosperity, inclusivity, beauty, diversity, wellness, fun, mysticism, and planetary stewardship. This is what Center for Spiritual Living Peninsula stands for. And I knew that that women's march was in alignment with our values of what we stand for. Never in my lifetime have I experienced such a profound uprising across the world. There was over 600 cities involved, and I had no idea. I went to San Jose, where there was between 26,000 and 36,000 women who participated in the march. There was 600 cities from around the world, from Athens to Antarctica. And by the way, when I went to the march, there was families, there was children, there were men and women. There was a whole group of people. And I found out when I got home that people from Athens to Antarctica, Spain, Greece, France, Germany, Prague, Africa, Italy, Finland, Mexico, New Zealand, Ghana, Ireland, Israel, Portugal, Thailand, and England, and in the United States. And that's only a few of the many countries and cities where people stood up for human rights, civil liberties, and equality for all. Now, I know many of us have had challenges in our life. I'm a lesbian, and I know that I get discriminated against because of it. Now, I'm fortunate, I'm younger. I had a wave of giants whose shoulders I stand upon, and so life is a little bit easier for me. Yeah, thank you. Seriously, thank you. Right? Yeah. And I'm lucky, and I know that. But we're the ones who are changing the world to create a world that works for everyone now. We do stand on the shoulders of giants, but we are here to make an impact in this universe. I think each and every person who's in this room is invested in humanity, is invested in love, is invested in not only personally thriving, but having our planet thrive. And because you're invested in that, I know that you are a person of action. And our actions are different. Our actions are different, but each and every one of us is inspired into action, into a way that we know, we believe, is for the best good of all. And so I'm so proud today. I've never been a part of something so big as what happened yesterday. And to me, it's a manifestation of the fact that we have a greater global vision that is emerging on this planet. And despite the fact that there are people out there who are murdering and harming and utilizing holy books against what they're really written about, that we're the people who are willing to stand up and make a difference and to take action upon this very good that is occurring in the world. Our timing is perfect because we have different talks every Sunday, and we're in alignment with the larger organization. And the larger organization has certain values that we've decided that we're in alignment with as well. And this month, our value is spiritual living. And so we're exploring this Science of Mind textbook. By the way, this one has both texts in it. That's why it's so big. There's a 1926 version and 1936 version, so it has both versions in it. And the first thing is we discussed the thing itself, and then we discussed the way it works. And this week we're talking about what it does. In the textbook it says, a passive meditation will never produce an active demonstration, any more than an artist can paint a picture by sitting down with just the paints but never using them. This is the words that were written for us today. Martin Luther King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. And so I take a stand today for love. Because I know that the thing itself, which we've used many names for, we call it God, Jehovah, Allah. We call it the force. We call it the universal mind, the quantum field. We call it love. So whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. But it is everywhere present, and it is in and through each and every one of us, and we have access to this power. We have access to this expression, this divine expression. And we know that the way that it works is equally through everybody. It does not care if you're a murderer. It does not care if you're a baby. It does not care if you're the President of the United States. It does not care if you're the person, if you were Mother Teresa. It is working the same through all of us. It is working the same through all of us. And we each have an opportunity to utilize it to the best of our abilities. So, what it does? What does it do? What does it do? It imparts of its nature as we partake of its nature. It can only tell us what we can understand. It can only give us what we can receive. We exist in it and we draw from it through the channel of our own minds. Now, a lot of us have been setting out what Abraham calls rockets of desire. I love that. We've been setting intentions. Setting our intentions about what we want in our life. And sometimes our intention is, I want to be a good person. Or our intention might be, I want to grow. And then there's like a catalyst. Because the world is conspiring for your greatest good. And John Sharma was talking about a catalyst that happened in an airport, in the Fort Lauderdale airport, where there was a shooter, and the shooter was the catalyst for community to happen. Now, we may look at this tragedy as the worst thing ever. But what if there was a greater good that was happening through it? We don't know the greater good. We don't know how many stories are like John Sharma's story. There were 10,000 people in the airport that day. Imagine 10,000 people being in community, showing that no matter who you are or what you look like, that you deserve love. And each and every person had an opportunity to step forth into that, but there was a catalyst. Now, do we shame the catalyst? Do we hate the catalyst? Or do we look at the catalyst exactly as what it is? As an opportunity for us to step into who we're choosing to be. That highest and greatest self that we're calling forth in our life of who we want to be. Now, I want to be better than I am right now. I want to step into a greater sense of opening up people to their greatest good. Now, I had to be inspired by divine action. And I believe that marching yesterday was a catalyst for me to step into that fullness of my being in a greater way than I've never done before. And I wonder what in your life is the catalyst for you to step into the fullness of your being? What is it that's that thing that gives you the nudge to really open up to a greater sense of well-being? I really love a friend who was having a breakdown. And in this breakdown, another friend said that your heart is being opened. Your heart is being cracked open because you're learning how to love. And so I wonder if what is happening around the world right now is an opportunity for us to crack our hearts open and to see love in a greater sense. We're standing for love here, and sometimes we need that face of seeming not love in order for us to take action and be the love. See, I know that there's a power for good in the universe and you can use it. However, you must be specific about the good you want. We have, basically, our words create the mold of which spirit fills in. Our words, our declarations, create the mold for spirit to fill in. It's kind of like how electricity works. So electricity is all around us. It can serve us for whatever we want, heat, light, power. It's been here and it's been available. However, it has to be personally discovered and directed to be of benefit. Electricity needs a way to be channeled to be of value. It comes from the infinite source. It's always there. It's always available. But it has to be personalized through a space heater or a toaster or a lamp. The possibilities are endless, right? But just like this morning, so this morning I put on the heater with the, heater, curling iron, music, and blow dryer. And I flipped the switch, right? And there was no connection anymore, right? Now, have you ever had so much going on in your life that you lose the connection? Yeah. So each of us didn't really lose the connection. The electricity is still there. I didn't lose it. It's not like it went away. I just have to flip the switch to get reconnected. You see, it comes from an infinite source and it's personalized through us. So we know that lack of power is not the universal and infinite eternal flow of energy, but it's the wiring that connects us with the flow. So maybe there's some kind of blockage or wires aren't connected properly in some cases, right? But it also can be simple as like just flipping the switch on the lamp. But we choose not to, right? We keep the lamp off because we want to, hang out in the darkness because it's comfortable. Familiar. Yeah. Anybody been in a past relationship that wasn't serving you, but you took a really long time to get out? Well, really long time to get out. Because it's so familiar. It's not working, but it's so comfortable because I don't want to go out. It's like the story, there was a guy who was like, he lost his $20 bill on Main Street. It was nighttime. And so the guy's like, hey, if you lost your $20 bill on Main Street, why are you hunting down here on Elm Street for your $20 bill? And the guy says, well, because he kept searching on Elm Street and searching. And he said, well, the light is better up here. So it's more beneficial when we direct and use the light for our heart's desire. And it's really good to get really clear on how we direct it. There was a couple, they were celebrating their 40th anniversary, and they were also each turning 60. And so, on the eve of the great celebration, a magic fairy came and appeared before them, and she said, because you've been such a loving couple all of these years, I'm going to grant each of you your heart's desire. And so the wife said, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Well, I really would love to have the romantic vacation of a lifetime with my loving husband. And so poof, they were on the shore of the French Riviera. And the guy says, well, he paused for a minute and he said, well, honestly, I'd really like a woman 30 years younger than me. And poof, he was 90.
That'll teach you.
That's right. You see, each and every one of us has a power within us to create the life that we want. We are the channel for God's good to be personalized and realized. You see, you are like the lamp, and the divine good shines through each and every one of us. In Psalms, it says, your word is a lamp for my feet, a light for my pathway. But the difference between us and a lamp is the lamp can't do anything about its situation because it has no ability to act for itself. It has no individualized intelligence, no self-awareness, but we do. We decide how this power will be used through us. We do this by having a clear intention, by speaking our word, by having the faith and the clarity and the good that we desire, and by allowing God, the infinite, the universal presence, the force, Allah, Jehovah, to flow through us. We have the ability to self-correct and self-connect. So just as we have faith each time when we flip the switch on the lamp that the light will turn on, through our daily spiritual practice, we build faith to know that our word has power. And as we speak our word, we move our feet in action in alignment with our word. And so as I speak that I am the love, I take an action to be the love in the world. So I ask you, what actions are you taking in your life to be in alignment with your intention? What actions are you taking to be in integrity with the word you speak of what you want, of what you desire, of what your intentions are? They say here, I don't know if you've heard this word, these words, treat and move your feet. Well, we call affirmative prayer, we call it a treatment because the affirmative prayer causes us to move into action. And each and every one of us has a choice to be that action. So I want you to think about where in your life can you take an action that's in alignment with your highest good that's unfolding. And maybe you might not have the clarity of what you really want. So I'd ask you to do that first. Find out what it is you really want. So many people declare what they don't want. I want to know what you do want. And just like Mother Teresa, who won't do an anti-war protest, but she will stand for peace. I want you to find out what that is that you do stand for, and then take action in alignment of it. Are you willing to do that in your life today? Yes. Are you willing to at least find the clarity as to what you do stand for? And as you find the clarity for what you do stand for, we can all participate and march together in a world that works for love. And that's what I dream. And that's what I know is occurring. That love is the most powerful expression in the universe. And that's what I stand for. And so it is. So it is. Thank you. Let's pray. I'm so grateful to know that there is a deep movement that is happening within me. I'm so grateful to know that it's not just within me, but it's within this planet. It's an awakening that is happening. An awakening to the glory of the Most High. That each and every human is the divine progeny, the holy expression, the power and the presence of love. And so as I awaken to that in me and accept it in me, I know and claim that I start seeing it in other people. That I take action to assist and uplift those around me. Knowing that I am inspired by that fire from heaven. I am inspired from that powerful presence by the force. I know that it moves through me in a way that is profound and powerful. And as I tune in and tap into it, that it moves me into action so that I can be that love in the world. So I can be that faith, that face, that one place where God is showing up as that divine expression through and as each and every person I meet, and through me especially. I represent the divine inheritance of love. I represent the divine inheritance of life. I represent the divine inheritance of power. Recognizing the true power is by empowering, not overpowering. And so I surrender into that space of empowerment, opening up to allowing that clarity, that love, that illumination to flow through me so that I can be a light in this world. And that I can help others awaken to the fact that they are the light as well. As I recognize this for me, I recognize the same truth for each and every person here. Recognizing each and every person here is the light. I'm grateful to know that the infinite is working through us on our greatest behalf. And so as I surrender into that idea, I surrender attachment to what it looks like. I open up to divine revelation and I open up to divine inspiration. It is indeed good to be a part of this co-creation called love, knowing that we are interconnected, that this is part of the one thing, the thing itself. And it does great work in the world, and it does it through me. And for that, I am grateful. And so it is.